What's up guys, we're back this week with some NBA action, and yes, we're starting up a new association. This time we're gonna have to fix the settings first. So first of all, player roles obviously off, hasn't been fixed in a while, and especially with what we're gonna be doing, that isn't applicable at all. Just to keep you at surprise there, we're gonna be doing something new. Trade override obviously off, and no, I do not use trade override, thank you very much haters. And let's go ahead and see the other stuff. Preseason games, we'd never play preseason games, and so might as well just keep it off since we've never done preseason games. Rotation, and we're going to be using 7777 now, because previously I thought it was a bit too short, especially with how historical games end up in a 7-game series. So now we're going to keep it at 7, just to keep things nice and very historical, especially since we're going to lead up to the 2013 season, which we are using we are using less than 777. So let's keep it historical and keep it 777 like it was back in this season. Quarter length obviously we'll start with 12 this time, and we're good. Yep. Oh, what's this? Yes, we're using a retro association. This is a older dynasty that we're gonna be using. This is an older roster. We're gonna make an older dynasty, back in the past at least. I'm just seeing, look at this, look at the players here. We got Zebo over at the Trailblazers. We got KG and Ricky Davis in the Minnesota Timberwolves, and you can see how terrible they are. Look at, no wonder Kevin Garnett wanted out. Well, he didn't want out, he was traded, but no wonder he didn't win anything. He did get to the finals, but well, Western Conference Finals. But anyway, he had Art Davis, Ricky Davis, yeah. I almost forgot who Art Davis was. He had a bunch of scrubs basically playing for him. The only decent guy he had was back then was Sam Cassell. He wasn't even on this team anymore. And Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis back in Seattle. Well, they're OKC still, but I need to get the logos changed. And Phoenix had Steve Nash, of course, Timmy D, younger guys now. You got Manu at 28 years old and Tony Parker at 24. You got prime T-Mac there, son. T-Mac, great player. And you got the great wall of Yao Ming with Shane Batty at the Rockets, Chris Bosh and Scrubs and co. And you got Chauncey, of course, the championship winning Pistons. Well, they're definitely past their championship years. They had a losing record last season, but nonetheless very formidable team at its peak. And you have Jermaine O'Neal and the Pacers. That's the Brawl Pacers. Well, that's after the Brawl Pacers. You no longer have not Mike Miller. I get the Millers here, but I get the Millers sometimes confused with the last name. I call up the wrong name. Andre Miller with a crazy hairdo there. And by the way, if any haters are gonna tell me, oh, you're not a fan of an NBA, you don't know who Reggie Miller is. No, I do know who Reggie Miller is, and I do know who Jared Sullinger is. My tongue slipped and I told you I get the names confused. So don't hate. And I was just stating that, you know, it would sound nice as Jason Sullinger, so haters. And you got Andre Miller with the crazy hairstyle. Well, it wasn't rendered properly, I guess, wasn't cut out properly by the one who made the roster. Still, URB, fantastic roster. I'm using a 2007 URB roster. And you got VC and J Kidd, the Nets, Dirk, and, you know, the usual Grant Hill over with Dwight, Kobe, Lamar, you know, Eddie Curry, very heavy. This game, a huge character. And you got Kevin Martin, the usual guys, Ron Artest over at the Kings, Carlos Boozer and Deron Williams. Very good team, actually reached very far in the playoffs before. Chris Paul, of course, Shaq and D Wade. Championship team this season, supposedly. Won't be though, probably not. Joe Johnson and Josh Smith, Paul Gasol, Mike Miller. Mike Miller still a very good player here at his peak at 26 years old. And of course, Rudy Gett 19 and Paul Gasol before he was stolen by the Lakers. Elton Brand and Paul Pierce. This is a pretty big three. Paul Pierce at his peak at 89, 28 years old. Probably should be higher though. Al Jeffs also at his near peak. LeBron James, Cleveland. Nonetheless, we will not mention that. Luol Deng, no Rose yet. It's full of scrubs. Gerald Wallace. And now Allen Iverson, Andre Iguodala, and Chris Webber. Interesting team. We may choose this one, but no. We will be choosing the Trailblazers. We just can't refuse the Trailblazers. Trailblazers have such a good history and such a nice backstory for this game. What if Brandon Roy never got injured? What if they drafted differently that night? So definitely too many storylines. We have to select Trailblazers. Usual settings on, And Raptors is another retro association I did, and I may or may not post it. That depends really on how I feel about this association. So I just felt that while this one had better players, this one had a much better story, and I prefer this association more because of its backstory. Anyway, let's just name it Blazers. As usual, Blazers. Got that there. Saving right now. We're doing this live, by the way. It's not obvious enough. That's because, you know, I have a lot to discuss, especially with the roster and being a retro. I have to explain everything. So, of course, we're using the 2007 draft class. This is probably one of the reasons why people should stick to the PC, and one of the only reasons, despite missing a lot of features. You have a lot of nice mods for this game. And for the rosters, let's just discuss the people we have and the possible trades that we'll be having. No trade finders are appropriate. Point guards, you got a whole load of point guards. Bunch of scrubs basically with trade value because of 2K system. You know, Juan Dixon, I don't even know who this guy is. Dan DeCao, I don't even know who this. Sergio Rodriguez, don't even know. He sounds Spanish though, so you gotta be cool. Jai Jack, of course. Younger Jai Jack. Brandon Roy, you know him. Travis C, a very weak small forward position here. You got Travis Outlaw, the only guy still in the league right now, I believe. Well, I think Webster and Udoka still there. That's gonna be okay. You got Randolph at power forward, Aldridge also at power forward, and somebody's knocking on my door, but since we're such nice people, we will not answer that. And we got Joel Prisbilla, center. Well, actually not a bad lineup here, but you gotta mix it up a bit. We're gonna be checking what we can do with Jamal McWarren, Stephen Graham. Stephen Graham's not even playing in the league anymore. That's how old this one is. And look, we got Gerald Green. Nope. Not be doing that. And Brad Miller. Nope. Anyway, Antonio McDice. Nope. And we're going to see how interesting how older players are actually rated very highly by 2K in this game. Well, rated highly by trade value in this game. So that's a very interesting thing to discuss. And now we'll just talk over about who we're going to be keeping. We're going to be keeping nobody here. Basically, maybe Jack, but we'll probably be trading him as well. Definitely keeping Brandon Roy, that's the whole point. Nobody here is going to be kept. We'll hope to trade all of them for somebody decent. And Zach Randolph, as much as I like him, I just can't see him playing along Aldridge. I think Aldridge is going to dominate the post, and we need a center, period. I mean, these guys aren't going to keep up. Maybe Joel Prisbilla, very interesting at the backup center position. He takes rebounds very well. I believe rebounds at A, like Rafe LaFrance. Yeah, he played for a while actually. I don't think he's playing right now, but he played for a while. He's 30 years old and he's 6'9". We can't have that in the center position. So basically, point guard, trade, look for somebody decent. Maybe Jai Jack, but probably not. Brandon Roy, keep. We're gonna hopefully win Rookie of the Year with Brandon Roy. He's still a rookie in this season. And here, we're gonna trade all of them, look for someone decent. And at power forward, it's gotta be Aldridge over Randolph. I mean, we can't keep Randolph. And here, obviously, everybody else. And let's just check what we can get for Randolph, actually. And we can get Cal Korver, nope. Emeka Okafor, Mame, nope. Michael Red. Emeka Okafor is actually interesting because he can fill up a center position. Mike Miller, interesting. Mike Miller is actually an interesting player that we can get, especially at 26 years old, 81 overall. This guy's basically a miniature Ray Allen. Well, taller, miniature in terms of skill. And whoa, Shaquille O'Neal. We have to give too much though, in terms of losing a lot of cap space. $20 million, man. 20 million. It's a lot of cash. And this one's very interesting. They're offering Ron Artest, and Horace Williamson, Eddie Curry. No, Jason Terry at his prime. That's arguable, but this is probably Jason Terry's prime at 29 years old, physically at least. And J. Kidd, wow, interesting trades for Zach Randolph. Andre Miller with the crazy hairstyle. Got Al Harrington. Al Harrington's actually very overrated in this game. If he plays, 2K simulates him stat beast, yo. Rasheed Wallace, wow, near peak Wallace. Chris Humphries, young Chris Humphries. Mr. Kardashian, nope. Manu Ginobili, interesting actually. Shard, nope. We'll have a lot to discuss actually, probably need to package him for specific players. I think that's it for now, guys. Hopefully you like the series introduction. Hopefully you'll subscribe and keep up with our other series, and this one's gonna be here for a while. Definitely very interested in this series. Hopefully to see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. See you.